The laughter started soft, like wind brushing over dead leaves. Then came sharper snickers, whispers, the hiss of derision. In the crowded waiting room of the military base visitor center, a woman sat alone. Her hands rested on her lap, fingers curled tightly around the hem of a faded green jacket. It hung from her shoulders like memory itself, tattered, out of place, unmistakably old. A teenage recruit, polished and proud in his crisp new uniform, leaned toward another and muttered, "Looks like she stole that from a thrift shop dumpster." They chuckled too loud. The woman didn't flinch, but someone else did. Across the room, a decorated general paused mid-step. His eyes locked on the jacket's back. His breath caught. In that split second, the entire room changed. Her name was Elise Rowan, nearly 70 now. Most of her days were quiet, tending a small garden behind a modest rental just outside Fort Breenery. She spoke of nothing, not to the neighbor who waved, not to the nurse who visited monthly, not even to the young grocery clerk who offered to carry her bags. She was just an old woman, forgettable. But every Saturday, without fail, Elise took the 9:45 a.m. bus to the base. She never asked for anyone, never gave a reason. She just waited. The jacket was always with her. Olive, drab canvas, frayed seams, a button missing from the collar. On the sleeve, a patch half torn, still visible, circular, worn with age. A falcon in mid-dive, lightning clutched in its talons. Beneath it, 3 faded letters, OSR. Most people overlooked it. Most, but not all. The recruits saw her like a joke frozen in time, daring each other to approach. One finally did. A wiry kid named Denton, trying too hard to impress. He sauntered up with fake confidence. "Ma'am," he said with mock courtesy, "this area's for military families and personnel only." "Still," she replied. "Nothing," he smirked. That jacket wouldn't pass inspection in a soup line. The laughter wasn't the worst part, it was the look. The collective dismissal. As if whatever story she carried had long since ended. Probably wasn't worth knowing. Then, silence. Boots stopped. The general, silver-haired, tall, medals gleaming, eyes sharp as ever, stepped into the ring of smirks and idle glances. His gaze never left the jacket. "Where did you get that?" he asked. Denton blinked. "What, sir?" "That patch." The general's voice shifted, less command, more reverence. The room fell completely still. Elise lifted her head, slow, as if drawn out of shadow. Her eyes were cloudy, but steady. They met his. "You were OSR?" he whispered. She nodded. Just once. The general, battle-tested, respected, feared, took a step back. "Everyone out," he said, not to her, but to the recruits. His voice left no room for debate. "But Sir," Denton stammered. "Out." They scattered. The room emptied in seconds. Elise remained seated, unmoved. The general approached slowly, like a man walking toward a ghost. "They told us you didn't make it out. Said the whole OSA unit was lost in 79. Elise spoke again, her voice like smoke from a dying fire. "We weren't lost. We were buried." He sat beside her, not as a superior, but as a soldier before a monument. "Operation Silent Raptor," he said to no one. "Deep cover. No support. You were the only woman in the unit, weren't you?" Elise tapped the patch gently. "I made them promise to keep it that way," she told him, then slowly, quietly. "Of infiltration. Of crossing enemy lines with no backup. Of delivering classified coordinates that ended a siege. Of being captured, traded after 14 months in a camp. How her name was erased from records for national security. The jacket was all that remained." The general listened, silent, eyes rimmed with tears. "Why didn't you come forward?" he asked. "I did," she said, smiling faintly. "No one listened. So I stopped trying." He stood, snapped to attention, and saluted, not out of duty but debt. "You were a ghost in our files," he said, "but you're a giant in our history." The next Saturday, Elise returned. But there was no laughter, no smirks. Waiting at the door was a line of recruits in full uniform. At the center, Denton stood tall, holding a bouquet and a folded American flag. His hands trembled. "We didn't know," he said. "We're sorry." Behind them, a framed photo of a younger Elise had been mounted to the wall. A plaque below it read, "Elise Rowan. Operation Silent Raptor. Service without recognition. Valor beyond record." She looked at it, then at them. Her smile was quiet, but it was real. Some heroes wear medals. Others wear silence. Some carry their stories in books. Others in stitches and scars. Elise carried hers on a faded patch. The world forgot until one man remembered. If this story moved something in you, don't let it stop here. Share it. Tell someone. Let the silent giants be seen. Subscribe if you believe the world needs more moments like this, and be the reason someone still believes in honor, humility, and quiet courage.